Trump haters sue over event. Kat, this is a last-minute federal lawsuit. It was filed by 2 Virginia residents. They're trying to stop Trump's America 250 celebration on the White House lawn, claiming it violates rules against sporting events on national park land. Legitimate? What do you think?
I don't know why they care. I don't know why these are just 2 Virginia residents. Find something to do. You know what I mean? Imagine, I'm jealous, honestly. I'm jealous. I'm jealous that they have so little going on in their life or so little to worry about that they have the time and emotional space to get mad about a sporting event that they actually don't have to go to or watch.
They could stay home, right? Andrew, obviously it says 2 residents. I'm sure they're Democratic operatives, but they're trying to put a stop to this thing. This is wrestling on the South Lawn. Everyone's very excited about it. Are you excited?
I'm incredibly excited about it, just because I think it's about time we start to see some real fights. I want to get Congress in there and have them just start knocking each other's teeth out.
Yeah.
Right? We've got to do this the right way. Running Man style. Remember that movie, Running Man? Let's really get wild here. Scott Pelley could get involved. He could have a whole gaggle of wives being murdered. I mean, this thing could go.
They should put that in the lawsuit. If this happens, It'll be like my wife being murdered.
Yeah, exactly. But I think that obviously these are Democrats. We know that as a fact. Because who sits around and thinks, I'm wondering if it's possible. Can you actually have a sporting event on a national park land? Like somebody told them this. They obviously are nothing more than the vehicle through which they try and throw this thing upside down. But the frivolous lawsuits in general need to stop.
Yes.
This is the apex of frivolous lawsuits. I got sued the other day in a restaurant because the blue cheese didn't have enough blue in the cheese.
My bad.
Yeah, well,
I just got back from Wisconsin. I was a little sensitive.
Yep.
I'm sorry.
Tyrus, meanwhile, I want to play a clip for you. Many liberal D.C. residents complained to MS Now about the reflecting pool renovations, which seems to be going very well. Take a look at the clip.
I would have preferred to keep it like it was.
I think it's an incredible waste of money. I think it's an incredibly stupid idea.
I think it's horrible. The color I've seen on the news is disgusting to me, as opposed to how beautiful it was in the past.
Tyrus, what if that reflecting pool was fixed under Biden? Would they have said that?
No, they would have said it. He wouldn't have fixed it. Here's the thing. They fine people. The guy's got a bike helmet on in the middle of the day. They fine people to complain. And here's the thing. If he left it the way it was, it would still be a bum's toilet. If you look at some of the monuments that he's cleaned up, graffiti everywhere, trash everywhere, he's making, this isn't a MAGA thing, he's making the White House beautiful again. People come from all over the world, and when they used to come to D.C., it was disappointing. He's cleaning it up. And they want to sue about the UFC. Here's the thing, it's a free event. The tickets are free. So again, they just say, I'm mad that he's having so much fun being president. You hate the fact that he's doing things he wants to do in spite of you. And Kat, 1,000%, because of the way America is right now, you have all the free time to sue over some dumb stuff. But here's the cold part. There is a weird liberal judge who's going to grant them whatever, if they get the right judge. He's going to try to put a stop to it because they think this is how they beat the red dragon, that is President Trump. And it's annoying things. It's like somebody on the internet who's Greg's height and weight telling me the next time he sees me in the street, he's going to kick my ass. And if I give them the address and sign a waiver, they never seem to show up. But it's just, this is what this is these little things they try to do, but in their little circle groups, they're warrior heroes. They're like war correspondents whose wife's been murdered.
Yeah. Imagine if they could shut this thing down. I don't think they're going to get away with it. But Lydia, in the lawsuit, it says this is unprecedented use of the South Lawn. Obama threw South by South Lawn. It was a huge festival. Rock bands were there. The New York Times said it's the coolest event of the year, better than a ticket to the Oscars.
Oh, I just think it's funny that the same people who were like, no one is illegal on stolen land, and asking somebody for a document to vote is fascist. They're the same ones who are now like, where is your document? This arena is illegal.
Yeah.
It's like the people who don't care that there's like blocks and blocks of homeless encampments are suddenly alarmed that a temporary arena on the White House lawn is going to look ugly. Like, pick a lane. Just pick a lane. And I agree with Kat. It's like, these are the people who in school were the ones to raise their hand and be like, you forgot to assign homework, right? Like,
That's right.
Just don't be a narc. Like, let people live their lives. Don't rain on their parade. Just be nice. Be normal.
They should throw themselves a party to celebrate not having a real problem.
Yes. You have your party, we'll have ours.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.